The accommodation at Centre Parcs is designed for families, so they can spend quality time together and get close to nature. The open-plan living and patio areas create an ideal space to enjoy as a family, with large windows and a position nestled within the forest landscape. We make sure nature is right on the doorstep.
The process for the design of the lodges at Woburn, it starts with a pencil and paper. We literally start sketching and throwing ideas around. For the design team input, the environmental team input, Centre Parcs team input to it, and it's a collaborative working process. The lodges at Woburn are a bit different. There's been an evolution from the designs on other villages, and the starting point to that was an extensive survey with existing guests to understand what they loved about the existing lodges, to make sure we used those bits, but where we felt there was room for improvement, we've made sure we've brought that online with the current designs. The key challenge has been some of the slopes and levels on Woburn, and it has led to some quite unique solutions. For example, the 4-bedroom executive we've actually designed as a split level and that houses itself into the hillside. The end result of a successful lodge is one where both the guest loving the accommodation they're staying in, but the landscape still dominates when you view the lodges from outside. We still have an open plan layout, we still have the signature fireplace in there, but what we've tried to do is make them connect very strongly visually with the forest beyond, so when you're in your living room you feel like you're also sat in the forest.
We're making all the lodges, all 625. What we manufacture are the wall and roof components of those lodges. There's around 40,000 wall components and 17,500 roof trusses, so there's quite a lot involved. We take raw material, we cut that raw material into component parts as efficiently as we possibly can. We then treat that raw material in our treatment plants. We then push those materials through to our fabrication facility, where they're all nailed and fixed together in the arrangements that we need to be able to then construct the lodges onto site. It really comes down to the attention to detail, making sure that everything fits nice and snugly together to produce a lodge that's going to be really nice and warm and cosy for the holidaymakers. As a business, we really specialise on low carbon buildings, and what we mean by that is that we source our materials as local as we possibly can and from sources that are sustainable. Being within 26 miles of Woburn, it means we are really local. Our employees are local, the deliveries are local, and even when we look at the erection on site, the teams are even more local. They live within a few miles of the site. It's been really nice working with Centre Parcs because they really know what they want. They really listen to their guests, their needs, their wants, and the product is organically developed as a result. When I took the plans home to do some work at home on those lodges, my kids were telling me, "I want to go there, Dad, that's the place I want to stay."
ISG have been appointed to construct 625 lodges for future guests here at Centre Parcs at Woburn. We'll employ in excess of 1,000 operatives to construct the lodges, and all of that's got to be done within the space of 12 months, so it's really quite an exacting task. The wall panels are delivered to site and erected on top of the ground floor slabs. Then after that, the roof trusses are installed. So about 8 weeks after we've started from ground floor slab level, we've actually got a lodge which is pretty much weather tight. And at that point we can go inside the lodges and start installing the internal finishes. We're working in an extremely sensitive environment. It's a little bit like keyhole surgery through the forest. We're forming localised cluster areas. We get literally 3 metres of working space around the clusters, so we disturb the forest as little as possible. Many of us have stayed at Centre Parcs before, so we really understand what it is that Centre Parcs provide and the amount of enjoyment that people will actually get from this scheme once it's complete. They're going to be really comfortable, really exciting to be in, very, very close to nature. You'll be able to see from your lodge windows all sorts of things going on out in the forest, the wildlife and so on. It'll be absolutely fantastic.